All right, here we go. Dr. Chef back with you. Video number 2. We're going to talk about the blockchain, or what crypto, how crypto is done, and why it exists. Last time we talked about why we needed it. And let me just continue by saying that you need to look into the banking system. Whenever the vast majority of money is held by institutions, these institutions create laws and rules and systems. And some of those things are good, but for the most part, they're for their advantage. Just understand that. Banks are businesses. They're operating for their advantage. I have friends that founded banks. Banks are businesses, okay? It's for their advantage. The fees and the structures, it's like a lease. You're doing things with them. You need to understand how this works, because this is why we need transparency and truth. This is why we need a blockchain. If you lost some money, if you said you did and they said you didn't, you would never see that money again. There's no way for you to prove anything. Maybe you have some receipt from somewhere or whatever it is, but this is all ludicrous. There needs to be a better system, and what the blockchain is a better system. The thing that makes it the most important, and the crypto thing is great, and all those other things, NFTs and all that stuff we'll talk about is great, but what makes it so important is truth. When millions and millions of people are seeing the same exact information, none of which are related or connected, and they all know automatically what is really going on, this is a very big deal. So the cryptocurrency concept, Bitcoin, etc., is one thing, our ability to trade freely without the interference of large organizations, banks, their rule systems. There's a lot of banking error. There's a lot of banking error. There's a lot of fees. There's a lot of problems that you encounter in the banking world. Something needed to be done. A new, better system needed to be done, and it's called the blockchain. The blockchain is a chain of blocks of information. Think of it like this. It's a ledger. It's that simple. It's a ledger of information. Except this ledger is on the internet, available for everyone in the world to see. Now, that would be cool, but the secret is the people that are monitoring it, which is literally thousands and thousands of people. They get paid if they discover an error. Thousands of people that have nothing to do with each other and no businesses or relationship in common are monitoring a chain of blocks of information to make sure that it's valid and truthful and fast. This is nothing like the normal systems of when the government makes rules and tells you to do it, and then some guy comes and tries to enforce it, or all the systems in banks where you have to go to a committee to do this, you have to prove all these things. None of that exists anymore. The blockchain fixes the primary issue, which is truth. That's why it's so much bigger than just cryptocurrencies. This is a way that information. So, for instance, there's anywhere from 1 to 10%, let's say 5% bank error. You got a couple percent bank error, that's thousands and thousands of transactions all the time. You're putting money in, it's taking forever to get there, they're losing money, they're telling you don't have it. And if you've never had any bank issues in your life, congratulations. But 99% of the people have had bank issues, paying fees for things that didn't happen. Things cross over each other. There's a lack of transparency. The banking system is ruled by very giant corporations with faraway committees and rule systems. They're monitored by even bigger organizations that control them and audit them. It's a massive group of just organizational principles that are failing right and left. There's no access to actual facts and truth. If the bank said, if you put money in the bank and they lose it and they say they didn't get it, they never got it, you're out of luck. There has to be a way to fix that. The blockchain, that block of information, is seen by everyone instantaneously throughout the world. It means that if you registered some transaction, I gave you some money. If you came back later and said I didn't, it's instantly confirmable. If I paid a bill and they said I didn't pay it, and I don't know how, if you have your own business, but instantaneously confirmable. The blockchain equals truth, and that's a really big deal in financial situations.